Graphene, for example, is a substance made out of one molecule-thick layer of carbon.
In the captivating realm of science and physics, there exists a class of substances and materials that seem to defy the very laws that govern our understanding of the physical world. These substances can do things that seem almost like magic, challenging what we thought we knew about how the world works. In today's episode, we will journey into the intriguing domain of these mysterious materials, where the familiar laws of physics blur. This is Reveal the Mystery. If you are curious to learn mysteries of the world, space and beyond, consider subscribing. Graphene. Countless advanced materials possess remarkable properties, often requiring intricate processes and high-tech equipment for production. However, exceptions exist, such as graphene, a groundbreaking discovery by Moscow State University graduates Andrei Gaim and Konstantin Novoselov in 2004. Ordinary tape used to split graphite into ultra-thin layers. Research uncovered graphene's astounding qualities: exceptional electrical and thermal conductivity, shape-shifting abilities, remarkable thinness, and unrivaled strength, surpassing steel by 100-fold. To put it in perspective, a square meter-sized graphene hammock could hold a hefty 4-kilogram cat weighing less than a single whisker. This makes graphene a potential game-changer in electronics, sensors, robust materials, and energy storage. Now let's talk about plastics. Have you ever stepped on a plastic cup and squished it? Well, that's what usually happens. But if the cup is made from or coated with something called Line X, it's incredibly tough. Even if a really heavy person stands on it, it won't break easily. Line X is a special spray-on coating that's super strong and resistant only to chemicals. AEROGEL. Each new technology amazes us, especially when it comes to tiny things called nano. One of the most amazing tiny materials was made almost 100 years ago. It's called aerogel. Samuel Stevens Kistler created THEI in 1930s, and he showed it to the world in 1931. Aerogel is built in a way that has lots of tiny particles, so small that they're only about 3 to 5 nanometers in size, and it also has some small spaces called cells, which can be up to 100 nanometers big. Most of these cells are filled with air, which makes up almost all of aerogel. This unique structure makes aerogel super light and really good at keeping things warm or cold. Now, imagine if we could make aerogel out of graphene. It sounds like a great idea, right? Well, scientists in China have done just that. They created the world's lightest solid material, which they call graphene aerogel. It's super light, even lighter than air, and it weighs only 0.16 milligrams per cubic centimeter. VANTA Black. Imagine scientists in the field of nanotechnology stacking tiny carbon tubes very closely together. The smart minds at Surrey Nanosystems did just that and created VANTA Black, the darkest substance ever made. It's like a structure made of countless tiny tubes, and the special thing is that these tubes are completely empty. The most important feature of VANTA Black is that it can absorb almost all types of invisible energy called electromagnetic radiation. To grasp how incredible VANTA Black is, imagine being in a completely empty room where everything, the ceiling, walls, and floors, is covered in VANTA Black. It's absolute darkness and emptiness all around. Now turn on a flashlight, but it doesn't change anything. If you shine the flashlight forward and take a step, you'd bump into an invisible wall. That's what we mean by 99.965% absorption. Due to this fantastic property, objects coated with VANTA Black look like mysterious shapes compared to other objects. It's so good at absorbing light that you can't see any details, depth, or even the shape of an object covered with VANTA Black. PDMS, SULPHUR, BNB. Imagine a material that fixes itself just like magic. You might have seen it in sci-fi movies when characters heal super quickly. Well, in real life, we're getting closer to that. There's a special material called PDMS, SIP, BNB that can repair itself when it's cut. What's amazing is that it doesn't lose its original abilities, and it doesn't need any help from outside. It's like a futuristic robot. Scientists at Tianjin University made this unique material. It can fix itself even when it's cold in water or with harsh chemicals. This could be a big deal for all sorts of things. This new polymer is certain to have applications in fields like robotics, aviation, and automotive manufacturing. What's even more impressive is that this polymer can transform into a conductor by adding certain materials like indium and gallium. Just think about the potential for self-repairing electronics. Picture breaking a smartphone in half, only to see the two pieces rejoin and merge within minutes, becoming a fully functional smartphone on its own. The exceptional properties of PDMS, SSIP, BNB push the boundaries of scientific achievements into the realm of science fiction. Starlight. New materials often have surprising properties and intriguing histories. For instance, consider the story of Starlight, which can be described as the three mysteries of Maurice Ward. Mystery 1. Maurice Ward, a regular hairdresser, developed Starlight, a polymer with exceptional thermal insulation that can be applied easily at home. This material can protect items from extreme heat, such as a chicken egg coated with Starlight, remaining fresh when exposed to a blowtorch. Starlight is valuable for various industries, including space exploration and aviation, as it only requires a thin layer and doesn't need special adhesives. Mystery 2. Despite the potential for fame and wealth, Maurice Ward never revealed the secret behind Starlight. Even major organizations like Boeing and the UK's Ministry of Defence couldn't persuade him to share it. He chose to keep the technology to himself, and the secret was never disclosed. Mystery 3. Starlight became known to the public in 1993, and Maurice Ward passed away in 2011. In 2013, ThermoShield acquired all rights related to Starlight. Yet, even after 2 decades, no one, not even NASA or ThermoShield, has been able to replicate Ward's success. A commercial product based on Starlight remains elusive, presenting the third mystery. Helium, Helium-2, is a man-made liquid that doesn't exist naturally and is created during experiments aimed at reaching incredibly low temperatures near absolute zero. At temperatures below 2.17 Kelvin, scientists discovered that helium exhibits remarkable changes, leading to the term Helium-2. It possesses a unique property known as superfluidity, characterized by zero viscosity. This means it can flow through materials with extremely tiny pores, even as small as half a micron. Storing Helium-2 is challenging because of its tendency to escape from sealed containers due to its superfluid nature, even though tiny gaps in the lid. This trait needs to be considered in practical applications. While Helium-2's behavior at ultra-low temperatures is fascinating, it's not uncommon for substances to exhibit unusual properties under extreme conditions. Sulfur hexafluoride, a substance that doesn't change itself, but changes how our voice sounds. Imagine when we were kids. Inhaling helium from a balloon made our voices squeaky. Well, what you'll see now is the opposite of that. Watch closely as a woman and a man inhale a special gas that makes their voices deeper. It's intriguing because when they breathe regular air again, their voices return to normal. This means their vocal cords are the same. It's the gas causing the change. The reason behind this voice transformation is because of sulfur hexafluoride, the gas used in this experiment. It's quite heavy, about 5 times heavier than the air we normally breathe. So when our vocal cords, which are used to lighter air, come into contact with sulfur hexafluoride, they make a deeper, lower sound.